afternoon, how are y'all doing? My name is Jacob. Welcome to Tired Reads if you're new here, and welcome to day something of Winter Reads. And in today's video, as you can tell by the description, we are doing a winter thriller reading vlog. So I'm really excited for this. I've kind of been putting off some of these books for the winter time. Some of them I've been meaning to read in the past, and I kind of just forgot. That one's on me. And then other ones I've just been saving, and it is time for the winter reading vlog. So first, I got three picks, which we might extend to 4, depending how fast I can read these. So first up, we got Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeny. I have little to none recollection of what this is about. I believe they go on like a trip to somewhere that's snowy to save their marriage and somehow kill someone, I think. Maybe they find the killer. I don't know, but we'll find out together. And then the next one is No Exit by Taylor Adams. I'm assuming this is winter based off of the cover. I could be a fierce blizzard. I'm calling that winter. Granted, it is Colorado. Listen, small wins. Small wins, we're claiming it. So this is like almost like a locked room mystery, but like one scene mystery. There's this girl who is driving on her way home, and I don't know why I know the plot of this one more. This girl's driving to see her mom, and she stops at a rest stop, and she sees that someone, or a girl, is maybe a child, is stuck in a trunk of a car, and she tries to save it. Her, not it. But the last one is One by One by Ruthe Ware. I've read one book by Ruthe Ware, The Turn of the Key, which I thought was okay, wasn't spectacular for me, but this one is, I believe, draws inspiration from And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and it revolves around this company retreat that has created a social media app, they're app developers, and they all start dying one by one. So I am going to start one of these books. Which one? I do not know. I think I'm going to do Rock, Paper, Scissors. I posted this on an Instagram poll, which you should have voted. I mean, that would have been nice of you, because then you could have voted for this one to be read sooner, and this video could have gone out sooner. Because if you voted for the other one, it would have been for another video. But I think I'm going to pick up this one. It's shorter. Yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to have some fun. Oh yeah, we're going to have some fun. So I need to film this before I fall back asleep. So I've been reading, Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeny. I'm 80 pages into it, and my interest is very much piqued. It is about this husband and wife that go to like a remote like Airbnb in the Scottish Highlands that she won at work as like a last attempt to save their marriage because it's not going well. But there's been like some discrepancies in like the writing. There was one part where they were talking about their marriage counselors and how like they both said that each other said that the vacation was a bad idea, so like things aren't matching up. And then Amelia sounds like she's about to do some sketchy shit, because she was like, if it doesn't work out, then only one of us is coming back. And I was like, oh. And now there's this third POV, Robin. Oh, I can't remember her names. Robin, and I'm assuming she's like the caretaker, but she has like this mysterious person that she's feeding baby food to. I swear to God, if we get like a weird science fiction twist, my interest will still be piqued, but I don't know where this is gonna go. I think we're gonna get some thrills and chills. So yeah, I just wanted to update you. I'm really enjoying. It's very easy to read, short chapters. When you get to Amelia and Adam is a screenwriter, prolific like screenwriter. He adapts novels into screenplays, and so when you get to those chapters, it's very like quick, but then you have letters in between that Amelia was writing secretly to her husband on each of their anniversaries. We've now added Robin's POV into it instead. So yeah, I hope we learn more about Rock, Paper, Scissors, why it's called that. He did write a screenplay called that, and that was his first first pride, but it was a flop basically. So I'm wondering if we'll find out more about that. But it's fun to see, like, it's like you forget it's set in Scotland, and like they're British and such. Well, they're British. I'm sure it's set in Scotland, and you kind of just forget that. And then every once in a while, it's like, oh yeah, like something they say. But they just got spooked by sheep because they thought they were people, and now I hope I get spooked more because I want it not snowing where I am. So I'm hoping this will pull me through. So I'm going to continue, lay under my weighted blanket and feel the most comfort I've had in a while. So I am 165 pages into Rock, Paper, Scissors, and I am quite enjoying it. Sorry if I look a little bit disheveled. I was just lying on the floor and I'm about to jump into bed because it's quite late. It's almost halfway through, so I should finish this tomorrow. It's interesting how, so there's this Robin character that is like really trying to get them to leave, but also like not at the same time. I think she might be trying to kill them. I like how how Adam and Amelia both have issues with each other. They're both like trying to do things to hurt each other, and they both need to like reconcile that with each other. And then Robin, the mysterious third person, is, I mean, I have guesses to who she is because she knows them, so I have my thoughts of who she is. I'm not sure yet. Like I said earlier, very easy read. I'm just flying through it. If I wasn't so tired, I'd just keep reading. It's a fun story. The chapel that they're staying at seems to be a little haunted. Possibly. It used to be like an old church, obviously, that was a prison for witches when they had like witch trials and stuff, so that added a little spooky factor. Maybe she's new author I enjoy, so that is fun. I don't think this is her debut, but yeah, just wanted to give that little update for Schmark. I'm gonna go to bed. We'll check in sometime when I finish this up. Hey. I have finished Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeny, and I gave it 4 stars. And that's because the ending just didn't do it for me. I didn't like the reveals. I know this like shocked a lot of people, but like after the first reveal, I didn't see how there were any other reveals. A very easy read. There it is. And I enjoyed it. I just didn't like the ending. I didn't like the twists at the end. I mean, there was one where I was like, oh, I clutched my pearls. But other than that, I said, I do not care. But I was here for the story and for Bob, the dog. This is for you, Bob. So I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoy the cover. I really felt the atmosphere. It's not snowing. I think I said this earlier. Where I am at the moment is New Year's Eve. And this made me feel like I was in a snowy wonderland with murder in Scotland. It's not Scottish accent. Should stop while I'm ahead. I'm either going to pick up 1 by 1 or No Exit next. Maybe 1 by 1 as I do some editing stuff for these next few videos. Other than that, I just wanted to give you that little go. It was interesting. Like, now that I'm thinking back, I can see relations. And for a moment it did. I will admit, for a split second, I thought there were actual ghosts, actual paranormal, but there isn't. And I think that having this disease that Adam has, or syndrome, I forget what it's called, but he can't recognize faces. They just look like, he keeps describing it as like a Van Gogh painting. I want to know, 1, if it's a real thing. 2, like, wouldn't you be able to tell? I mean, this is kind of a spoiler, so I'm going to dance around the spoiler. But wouldn't you be able to tell who some people are based off of some things happening in your life? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. No spoilers. But if you know, you know. And if you don't know, good for you. Will I give Alice Feeny another go? Absolutely. I really enjoyed it. There were some parts where the writing just didn't make sense, which could be a translational thing from overseas to America. Just be like adaptation things. I don't think there's much else to say. I'm gonna edit some of these videos that I just filmed, and I'm gonna probably start 1 by 1 because I have the audiobook for that. So see you on the flip side, probably next year. See you next year in 2022. Well, I posted on Instagram to see which of these 3 books I should read next, and it only takes 1 of you to answer. So thank you to the 1 person who answered. No Exit by Taylor Adams. This will be my next read, possibly my last read of 2021, and first read of 2022. Because I doubt I will finish this today, but here we go. Okay, so dinner may or may not be ready very shortly, so we're going to do this quickly. But I started No Exit by Taylor Adams, and I am 60 pages into it, and it's quite has me on the edge. So we are following our main character, Darby, who is driving home to see her mom, who has pancreatic cancer, through Colorado, and there's a terrible snowstorm, so she has to pull over and stay at a rest stop. While there's 4 other people and no cell service. She goes outside to find some, stumbles upon a van, and sees that a child is in the back of a van tied up. And so now she put on her detective hat and is trying to figure out who kidnapped this child. She quickly deduces it to a person, but I don't think it's the person. There has to be a bigger twist. 60 pages and we already figured it out. Come on. But this book is super hyped, so I hope it lives up to the expectations. If I could finish it today, I'd be thoroughly impressed, but I doubt it. But it's a fast read. I check in, then I'm gonna continue reading. I'm probably gonna go downstairs and eat, and yeah, we'll check in a little later. The meat.
It is, yeah. I like a meat and cheese tray.
We haven't had pizza for a while.
We haven't.
So, should I close the window? I don't know if you can hear me, but I guess I'll close the window for you so you can hear me, and then we'll continue on. Okay, anyways. So I am 186 pages into No Exit, and my question is this: how are they making a plot last this long? The twist I did not really see coming. There's been like a handful of twists already, and I'm only halfway, but now at this point, I'm like, how long can we drag this out? I also trust no one, absolutely no one, because the main character is a bit dumb. Her choices aren't the smartest. I don't know. I mean, it could just be a person thing, because imagine if you're under that pressure. I'm sure you would do that. I'm sure I would do that. I'm not sure about it. There's also been a couple of parts that have been questionable in tone. And there's one part where one of the people's dad, they talk about him in past tense, make a joke where they use the N-word. And there's also, I'm just gonna say incest. You can use that as you will, because that's gonna be a spoiler. So I'm gonna say it real fast. Skip 5 seconds. I'll put the book down if you don't want to hear it, or when I'm done. And the book is up. I'm talking about it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ashley kisses his brother, Lar, whatever his name is. Oh, the book is still up. What's his name? I don't even know. But like on the lips, and it caught me by surprise. I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah. Okay, now we're back. So yeah, that was an interesting little plot twist dynamic. I don't really know what it's called, but it's interesting so far. It's very like isolated. We've had an attempted escape from our main character. Spoiler, it didn't work out. And now she is back to like square one. So we're gonna take the next 100 and some pages to figure that out. And I don't know what else to say because it's very fast paced. So it's nice to read, easy to read. You don't necessarily realize how fast time has passed, like when you're reading. So that is nice. But other than that, it's raining, as you heard, because apparently global warming doesn't like to give us snow on the first day of 2022. I hope you've all had a great new year. Hope you had some big goals. Let me know down below what some of your goals are. Mine are too, I don't know. I haven't looked at Goodreads yet. Shall we look at that together? I haven't put in my new goal. What shall it be? I like the orange. That's a fun orange. I like that. That is nice. I'm gonna add that. And I think I'm gonna go ambitiously. I want to say 100, but I think 80 will be my goal. I think 100 will be my stretch goal. We're gonna do 80 books, and I'm already on book 1. Get on my level. But yeah, this isn't exactly how I thought this book was going when it was pitched to me. So I pitched it yesterday, and that's pretty much how it stays. But the twist, I don't know what it's gonna be. Not sure how much I'm liking it so far. And upon further reflection, I think rock paper scissors is gonna be a 3. I think I gave it a 4, but I think it's gonna be a 3. I don't know if I liked it that much. Like looking back on it, I was like, it was kind of boring. Alrighty, I'm gonna get back to reading. Maybe I'll let you have a little moment to yourself with the rain falling. Hopefully I'll finish that today and we can pick up another one tonight, because I have the audiobook for both of the next ones. So yeah, I also need to film my favorite book of the year, but I can't decide on the number 1. And I need to film all the books I've read. I got so many things to film. I think I'll do that tonight, but I gotta collect all my books first. I have the list made. I have the graphic made too. I just don't know what order I want them in because I hate decisions. And I'm like, am I lying to myself? But yeah, I'm gonna continue reading this and I'll touch back with you later. See you tonight. So I have two little updates. First, we'll start off with No Exit by Taylor Adams. I finished this last night, and it was a page turner. I couldn't put it down. I think I ended up giving this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was very fast paced, and the twist kept me going. There were some things I didn't enjoy, like some of the comments I don't think were necessarily needed. There was an interesting twist, one right after the other, so I thoroughly enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the writing. I thought a lot of it made sense. I also really loved the, like, not locked room mystery, but like how isolated I guess it was, which I guess is a very common theme for winter books. But with that said, I did think it was a little long. Some parts were dragging on a little bit. I was like, let's get it over with. And then other parts I was also like, this is only an hour? So yeah, that's that. But this morning I started One by One by Ruthe Ware, and I am 80 pages into it, and I am quite enjoying it. This one is about this company called Snoop, which is basically like, you know that Spotify, on Spotify, how there's that side where you can see what your friends are listening to? It's basically that. So they're taking this like company retreat to this chateau in the Alps, French Alps. We are following our 2 characters, Erin, who is the house manager, it's her, and Danny, who's the cook, and the 2 of them run the house. And then we were following Liz, who's an ex-worker, who was the assistant to the founder, who's Toph, and also Eva, who's the other founder, I think. But then she left, but she still has voting rights in the stakes because she invested money, and she was advised to go for voting rights rather than just pay out. And we haven't had anyone die yet, but I know that is coming because this is loosely based off of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. So I know there's death to come, but I am enjoying the characters. I think it's a fun dynamic, and you can already feel the tension building, and I think it's gonna explode soon. And if the avalanche, they've been talking about an avalanche for like 3 pages, so if that doesn't come down the hill, I'm suing. I'm suing Miss Ruthe Ware. But it's interesting because I gave Turn the Key through 3 stars. I just didn't enjoy it as much as it was hyped up to be for some reason, so that's my unpopular opinion. But I love this blue. Like, this is stunning. I'm enjoying this a lot more than And There Were None, or, well, that too, but The Turn of the Screw. So I think this has great potential, and I'm going to keep chugging along with this. We'll update a little later tonight, and then we'll see if I can get to the 4th book. That one just depends on time, but if I do have time, we'll do The Sanatorium by Sarah Pierce, which is another one I've been very interested in. It seems like very isolated, which I think is a very common theme for all of these winter books. Is that my thing? Do I like isolation stories? Interesting. Look at that. Day 2 of 2022, and we're already finding things out about myself. But with that said, I am starving, so I'm gonna go eat lunch and continue reading this, and we'll update tonight before I go to bed. Probably, maybe in between then, because I have work in the morning. We're back on the grind, baby. Okay, so we're gonna do this little quick. A, forgot to update this, and B, because I have a little thing called work in the morning, unfortunately. And it's a busy day that I'm not excited for. I'm just plugging in my laptop to charge. So I am on page 236 of One by One by Ruthe Ware, and deaths have been happening. The decisiveness of the group is very much on the ups. The avalanche has happened, you're all snowed in, and so far 3 people have died, and we are trying to figure out who did it. I have my suspicions. I think I have 3 people. I think it's either Inigo, which, first of all, we got weird names. Inigo, Topher, Tiger, then we got like Annie, Carl. But like, what? Rick. Spelled R-I-K. Interesting. But yeah. And then, what else? I think it's Inigo, Topher, or Ava. I think those could be the 3. Or Danny. Okay, 4. I think those are the 4. But they are splitting up into 2 groups of 3 to seek help because phone lines are down and they can't get any connection out. And so our 2 POVs are left in the chateau right now. So far, I am enjoying this a lot more than Turn of the Key. There's something, I don't know, so like page turning. I don't feel like there's a lot of unneeded information. Everything's like straight to the point, and maybe like I was talking about in No Exit, I like a isolated location, and this is very isolated. They can't even escape, and we've had some revelations of how Aaron isn't whom she's. I thought I just saw a spider. We're having some revelations that Aaron isn't who she says she is, which kind of thickens the plot, but I'm very interested to see where her and Liz go, because Liz was going to get a certain amount of money. That's why I think it's going to be Topher, because he has the motive. Or Ava, because she also has the motive, because those are the ones who would get the more votes for the board to vote and if they're going to sell it or not. So yeah, I'm going to go to bed. So far, I'm very proud of my readings of this 2022. We're starting on such a high, knock on wood. So much. Nailed it. So I'll finish this tomorrow and then I'll start, I guess I could possibly start Sanatorium because I have the audiobook. So I'll finish this in the morning because I have to take my grandmother to the airport before work. But tomorrow, you know, work hard, and then Tuesday we can play hard. But that's fine because I have to film 2 videos Tuesday morning before I go to therapy. So, but yeah, you don't care about that. I also still really love this blue. And I don't know, there's something about this that I love. Still not here for this. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now. So I have finished. One by One by Ruthe Ware, and I quite enjoyed it. I think I definitely enjoyed this much better than Turn of the Key. I didn't like how soon we revealed who the murderer was, because then we just had a lot of pages of them just being together. I guess it's kind of a spoilery thing. But then you see her as, like, running away from her, and I just wish that, like, we didn't find out who the killer was until the end. And I think this kind of happened in Turn of the Key, maybe? I can't remember. But I really enjoyed this. The setting was great. I really felt like I was trapped in the French Alps. I love this cover. I think it's one of my favorite. It just looks so good. I definitely enjoyed this one much more than Turn of the Key. This one just had, I don't know, there was just something about it. There were elements, I think I heard that pitch of being compared to And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie a little wrong, because that doesn't completely match up with what happens in this book. I would say it's definitely like, you begin to think it's like that, but then it kind of takes a twist 3/4 of the way through. Kind of for the better. Well, jury's still out on if it's for the better or not. But with that said, I gave this 4 stars. Really, really enjoyed this. I don't know, I kind of want to give her another shot. Maybe her backlog has a 5-star hidden in there somewhere. I loved all the characters. I loved the app idea that they had and how they were all connected. And I didn't like the motive behind the killer. I thought that was pretty, like, well, I thought it was obvious, but then they explained it again and it made more sense. So that helped. Other than that, what else do I have to say? I don't know if I have anything else to say. That means I read 3 books, 3 winter thrillers. I read Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeny. After looking back on it, I gave it 3 stars. Now there's just something that, like, it doesn't feel like a 4-star, you know? I feel like it's a 3. Yeah. And then I read No Exit by Taylor Adams, and I gave this a 4-star. This one's, I'm kind of confident in keeping it a 4-star. It's just, I don't like the ending so much, but what can you do? And One by One by Ruthe Ware is a 4-star, because I really enjoyed most of the book. And the audiobook was great. I really love the narrator. So yeah, I hope you've had a great time. January 5th, and I knocked out 2 books. Look at me go. Because I read Rock, Paper, Scissors last year on like New Year's. So thank you so much for watching. I am very much in the mood for more of like these isolated locations. So if you have any more of those, please let me know down below. Or you can leave the let's put the skier emoji or a tree. Let's do both, a skier and a tree down below for the good old skiers of 1 by 1. Or just tell me how you're doing. I hope you had a great day, night, or whatever, and I hope you had fun celebrating whatever you may be celebrating. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe so you can see tomorrow's video. We are almost at the end, and I will see you then. Bye!
I've been longing for this Christmas when everyone's around to share this heart.